I'm walking along the top of a section about in the middle of Hadrian's wall. It's 117 kilometers long. Every mile there was basically a big fort called a Milecastle, and every third mile there were turrets, and it marked the border between what was Roman territory in the UK and further north, where they gave up and said to the Scots, do you know what, you lot are too tough, we got too much on our hands, you can keep the lot of that. And somehow I've actually got permission to camp here at this section of the wall at Milecastle 35 from the farmers that own this land, because whilst the walking path is kind of public access, the rest of the land is not. And as we've got cars, need to ask for permission. But there is a hunt on tomorrow morning. So they say we might see the dogs, and they weren't joking. So we'll have to wake up early. But what an amazing thing to do. So I'm just walking up to the Milecastle itself, which I think is going to be the best camping spot. But check out the views. Great Wall of China, eat your heart out. It's about 3 meters thick all the way along. Used to be about 4.5 meters high. It's about 1.5 meters now. And it took about 15,000 men to build this over about 6 years. They did make the wall thinner and shorter as they got further along it, because they realised it was quite a lot of work. And I believe this is Milecastle 35. And if you want to, you can walk the entire way along it. I believe there's a walking trail. So each Milecastle was like a gated area, had an in and out. And when they did expand forwards, later, Antonine, he built another wall, but then they fell back. When they did expand forwards, they used this as supply routes through the wall. But the walls are built in pretty tough locations. This one, I think it's Sewingshields, and it is all the way along a cliff face. So they have a strategic advantage. So if they see anyone coming with iron brew, deep fried Mars bars, and a copy of Train Spotting, they can tell them, go back to Glasgow. Oh, I'm so excited because we've actually got permission to camp here. So it means we can camp, set up tents early, we don't have to stealth around, and you don't have to stress, we can start cooking. Here's the perfect camp spot. I'm actually very scared about that. I don't want him to run at me. Did you actually give him a head scratch? I don't know how to read his body language. Yeah, please don't. Afternoon, no problem. Hope you're having a lovely day. Are they udders? Nature scares me. I'm more scared of that. I'm much more scared of that than a shark. But now I've walked past him, I think he's a chiller. I did text the lady. I said, thanks for letting us, thanks for letting us stay. Also, by the way, I've parked here, but just want to check. Are they actually dangerous, or is that just something they say in movies? So I hope they have a good laugh at that back of the house. She's not replied yet, but I needed to text her so she got my number in case they need to let us know anything.
Where do we go, bro?
It's up there.
Yeah.
So you have to walk through the forest. We made it back up here. What a spot to camp, huh?
Wow, bro.
Golden hour.
So what's this one? So,
this is
the watchtower castle thing?
This is Milecastle 35. So yeah, I said before there would be so there's an entrance gate and like an exit gate, but probably on this one they wouldn't because it's off a cliff, and it would have been used on like supply routes. But here, this probably would have been just like a fort to see who's coming, because you get a pretty good view. Pretty clever how they built it, because they it's not like they just picked it randomly. They chose to basically like behead Scotland in a way, use like the thinnest distance. and then also built it. It wasn't just like a straight line. They built it like along cliff edges and things like that, so they get a tactical advantage.
It's so steep. People don't realise on the camera how steep that is. It's like I was saying before, that's like 35 stories. It's like a 35-story building.
Yeah.
Jumping off the top of it. That's how steep this is.
I don't know if you could hear Liam, but he said, you know, it's like 30-story building. It's down that edge is a straight cliff face.
You would die. If
Yeah.
you fell there, you'd die.
Yeah, it's like jumping off a skyscraper. But yeah, I mean, imagine how many Roman soldiers have stood on the edge and had a pee. Pissed off the edge of the world. And also we've picked up a new friend. Here. We picked up a new friend. We don't know his name. He might be called Jack or he might be called Russell. Yeah, good boy. I think he followed us all the way because I've got beef in my bag, because tonight I'm cooking burgers with some onions, some mushroom, maybe an egg on top. We're going to do a joint effort, me and Liam, but he doesn't have much faith in my cooking, so he's brought 2 ready meals with him as well, just in case.
Faith, but you usually never do enough.
You never do enough and don't do it quick enough.
Yeah.
So because we're not like stealth camping tonight, we don't have to be sneaky at all.
I'm going to set up.
We can set up. So you're going in this corner of the turret. Do you know what this would be?
No.
Me neither. And although this is quite flat, it would be quite good to go next to each other, wouldn't it? Okay, now to set up. And we are on top of a cliff and it's a little bit more exposed than some other places we camp. So we're setting up into the prevailing wind this time. So I can't tell you how nice it is to be able to set up early and just have it all sorted. It's a bit better. I'm being evicted. I'm taking my... Whoa, no! I'm taking my tent and my footprint with me. I have dibs the camping spot the last few times. Concede this one. Tent is looking absolutely sweet there. What a spot. But we have had to pitch it around a lot of rocks, so, but it's actually relatively flat here. It might even be flatter here than it is up there, which is not so bad. The one thing I've managed to use the guy lines to get it in around here. The one issue I'm having is that to get it in at the front here, because this is the only way it's going to fit in here, that relatively flat, there are a lot of rocks around here, so I might have to tie it onto something to be able to peg the front out. Any comments on how I could have done this better, please fire away. Well, pitched it in there would have been one, but then it's not facing into the wind and it is a bit breezy, so well, it's not going to win any awards, but I've certainly managed to get it in. I'm less concerned about these ones at the front because these pegs here aren't so much about stopping it blowing away. They've I've had to put in very shallow, and this one I managed to just squeeze just underneath the rock really, but hopefully it's good enough. And tonight Liam won't complain so much about me rolling around in my sleep and my tent being poorly pegged out and flapping because I'm so far away from him now. How's it going over here?
Good, bro.
Are you feeling Roman?
A little bit.
It's looking good. I like the colour of your tent very much.
Yeah, so do I.
Mine was cheaper in green, so I got it in green. Before I start cooking, you might find this interesting. There is actually a ground plan here on what the different areas were. Up there is a kitchen. There was an oven, so Liam is kind of back facing to the oven. This was built in the 4th century here, so really should do the cooking here. But this round thing, this was the oven. This would have been a common area, hence the warm and comforting interior with the gravel. And that would have been a hearth. So this would have been like a fireplace. And where I am would have been like just more generic common accommodation or living space, I guess. Probably this would have been like a guard tower on the way in. Probably would have had turrets at the front here, and this was probably where the soldiers stationed here actually stayed. So I'm sleeping where they slept. I wonder who will be comfier, we won't know, but I definitely will be eating better with my dirty burger. About to start cooking, old mate's back, hello. He's wondering if there's a burger for him. This is all out of the wind, which is good. He's just having a sniff around. No beef out of the pack at the moment. I've only got mushrooms, half an onion and garlic, so I don't think he's that interested in that. Although the gingerbread we saw earlier at the Grasmere gingerbread shop, apparently that's very popular for dogs.
I brought it.
Oh, see we can see if he likes it. Cooking channel at what happens to be the world's largest single Roman artefact, Hadrian's Wall. So before I put my heat on, I'm going to slice some onion, and then I'll be able to cook down my onions, my garlic, and my mushrooms. The dog really wants some of this. You want some onion? The dog is still wanting to have a bit of dinner. And,
Here comes the alcoholic.
as we're definitely not going to have to be moved on, our resident bartender, Lee Nation.
Buns, Nando sauce,
Yeah, so good.
cheese, and Guinness. Shout out to Grandad, he used to love this stuff.
I love a Guinness, mate.
Cheers, brother.
I actually saw, do you know what I saw in the shop the other day? Murphy's, and I haven't had it before. It's a different type of stout. So that'll be nice to have a Guinness while we cook. Guinness and burgers. Cheers.
You want some Guinness, boy?
Who should we drink to? I suppose we have to drink to the Roman Empire.
Sir Hadrian himself.
To Hadrian.
To Adrian.
Adrian Waller. To make the toppings for the burger, we're using up stuff we've already got. So I'm chopping up some mushrooms, which are very close to being definitely out of date, but because I'm cooking them, I think it's probably okay. And using half an onion that I've got left over, a little bit of garlic. I might cook an egg, but it depends how hungry I get whilst cooking, if I can be bothered. Then we've got some fancy brioche buns. That was Liam's very wise contribution. I'm always a cheap burger bun man. If it's got sesame seeds on, it's good enough for me. And then I will be making just smash burgers. Liam sent the drone up. He's very excited. Got a beer in hand. He's drink droning. Drink droning. Now I have to be careful because the fire is going. There is actually more wind here than I thought, so I'll use the windshield. But I don't want Mr. Jack the Russell to get flamed up. That would not be good, because I'm pretty sure this is the dog of the people that own the farm. That would not be a good first impression to make. Hiya, thanks for letting us stay. I've also killed your dog. So I've got to let that burn down, then we should be ready to start cooking. Got my mushies done. My utensils in me tent. I need to go quick before I burn my stuff. Where are they? Oh, the dog is trying to come in my tent now. Looks like no utensils for cooking. I'll have to use my knife. The dog's coming in my tent. Sorry, mate. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, you can't go in my tent. There we go. That is actually cooking nicely. That's up to temperature now. I just have to not burn it. Forkless cooking. Whoa! Got the drone shot. Haha, people from the UK don't use seasoning. Well, actually we do. I brought my own, as you know. I've actually used so much of it that in a very short time I've almost finished it. I need to save the rest of that for seasoning the burgers. As soon as I start cooking, I get like in a state of chaos internally. And also now I've got Flight of the Valkyries going on behind me. This is what the dog wants. What the dog doing? Time to put the mushrooms in. Give them a stir around. So I'm going to let all that cook down together. This is going to be topping for the burgers. Freestyle them out. I got pre-cut salad because it was going out of date. Iceberg lettuce, which for a long time I didn't realise, which is the reason why McDonald's burgers taste nice and a bit peppery because they've got lettuce in it. But until I realised that, I didn't have lettuce because I hate vegetables. But I'm a changed man. Right, I've got a beef tomato because it's the only one I could buy one tomato of. And I don't want to have an excess of tomatoes. It seems just, you know, unnecessary. Seems gratuitous. While I wait for these mushrooms and onions to cook down, I want them to be really soft. Mushrooms and onions cook down to nothing. You've watched this far, so you must like the video. So if you do, please like it down below. You can always unlike it if you watch later in the video and decide you actually don't like it. And while you're there, you're pretty close to the subscribe button. So if you could subscribe, that'd be good, because I can't think of a good reason. So if you can think of a good reason. Welcome to my perspective, viewers, from inside the kitchen. Now, if you ask me, that's looking pretty well good and cooked down. So what I'm going to do is, just while that finishes off cooking down, I'm going to open up me meat and prep it into 4 smash burgers. We've got 4 buns. It's going to have to be a fingers thing. Why 20% fat beef? Well, it's because it's cheap, but also fat carries flavour, so fatty meat is more flavoursome, and also I think because it's got more fat, it's less likely to stick to the pan, and also should help caramelisation. So there's a multitude of reasonings, and all of those may be wrong. So please correct me in the comments if that is not true, and next time I'll spend an extra £1 and get 5% fat. Sorry for those that are vegan watching. Everyone's entitled to make their own decisions whether or not they're wrong. And now we make smash burgers. So to make an smash burger, what you do is, this is going to be a very big one. You take a ball of meat. I'm going to have to do this. You put it in the pan, and then you take something and you smash it down very thin, and you pretend you work in a very expensive burger shop in San Francisco, and that's it. So there's no additional stuff you need on there. And the good thing about smash burgers is, because they're very thin, they cook quickly. Whoa, that's very hot. So what we need to do now is crank that bad boy up, and we're grilling. Now I can hear you screaming, crying at home. How long on each side? And to that, the answer is, I don't know. But this is getting stuck on the pan, so that is no good. Right, so I don't have a spatula or anything, so I'm going to have to. Whoa, this is fantastic. So I'm now using the lid of the pan, and then we flip. Holy moly, that actually looks good. And then, because we have lots of oil and we're not that fussy, that should be okay. And why not? I'll give it another smash. The quicker it cooks, the better, if you ask me. Oh, my saviour has come with a fork. Ah! Hot. Hello, viewers. Can I have a fork? Thanks. Are you alive, are you?
Yeah, we're live. Live cooking. What's this, brother?
This is a smash burger.
Look at the setup.
It's already ready. I think it's pretty much cooked in the middle. So that's one. The only thing that Americans have done properly, except make Liam Richards' Thermarest Nearloft sleeping pad, which is very comfortable, but he won't let me share it with him, is they made this fake cheese, which is horrible and terrible, but very good on burgers, because it melts quickly and it goes a very, very nice texture. Double up, why not? We are, after all, cooking at the highest fort on Hadrian's entire wall, I believe, at 370 something meters, so incredible view. Incredible view of the North Pennines behind us. We're just north of the North Pennines. What a spot! I fear, ladies and gentlemen, that my pan will never recover from this meal. but it looks and smells actually good. I'm going to show you now when it's assembled, because as a wise man says, never fools nor horses should see a job till it's done. Okay, so we're actually pretty much done. Burgers are cooked. Looking good. That oil is street food dirty. But I think we're going to put that one in there. I did forget to season the meat. That's completely on me. Now I have to decide, do I want to toast the buns? I think I'm going to go for it. Let's see how that goes. Usually it's never as good as I expect it to be. Well, that's actually probably a pretty good idea. This one's going to soak up a lot of meat. And then we're going to put some Perinets on the bottom. I pilfered some ketchup sachets from a pub that I ate at. And, yeah, that's a problem because they stick to the pan. And then we'll be ready to bloody go. Liam Richards is coming over to food. Ah, that's so hot. Liam Richards is coming over to food review my smash burgers. I've now made one complete burger.
Load me up.
That is a very dirty burger. I've got onions, mushroom, tomato, fake cheese, lettuce, and beef burger.
Let me be the taste tester.
Yeah, off he goes.
It's gonna slide.
And there's a little bit of Roman Fort in there. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh my god. Right, Sam's burger. Sam's burger taste test.
The moment of truth.
W Sam in the chat.
Yes, let's
Sam.
go. It's good. Like camera reception, camera matrix.
Camera matrix there.
Oh, don't touch the
This
lens.
is good.
There's the burg. That looks like a proper burger. Mmm.
Fuck, my chicken.
It took me so long to assemble it. It's now almost cold, but it does taste very good. The moon's out, you can see behind me, and not the two butt cheeks kind. Time for bed once we finish this, and I'll see you tomorrow morning where I show you the view and a little bit more around this particular castle, or the ruins of. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's a bit brisk, and I can't remember if I said, but one of the only questions that the farmer asked me before he said, yeah, it's fine, he just went, are you anti-hunt? And what he was asking is, am I anti-hunt? Am I anti, like, fox hunting? Because they have a fox hunt, or I think, on today. Because I woke up to the sound of, in the distance, them blowing that little trumpet. I can't see them, but I did hear them. I think they've gone further away from us. But what an insane view. It's very cold though, so I think it's time to put a coffee on. It wasn't windy last night at all. In fact, it was very, very quiet. It was so quiet, in fact, that I could hear my heartbeat rustling my sleeping bag, and I thought that was someone walking around the side of the tent. And then I realised it was just my heartbeat rustling the sleeping bag. But yeah, I slept pretty alright actually, which is nice. And what an amazing place to wake up, huh? Very peaceful. On top of Hadrian's Wall. Actually, I just said that I thought I heard footsteps last night, but I figured it was my own heartbeat on the sleeping bag. But what did you hear last night?
There was a lot. So there was two people at like 12:30-ish at night talking and walking, but they, in like 3 seconds, they were distant, next to us, and then gone. And I was like, there's no way people are like running at midnight here. Doesn't make any sense. And then I heard these really long strides about half an hour after that. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like they were sweeping through the grass and stepping then so sort of like but really quick from here, and then I heard like on solid rock, and then someone went behind my tent. Something went right behind my tent, and then this noise is what got me. They were like, ah, and then gone. And I was like, that is a weird noise for a freaking cow to make. So I was spooked out for a little while. I was awake for about an hour at like 12:30 to 1:30. Just sitting there with my knife like this.
That is scary. I was just completely KO'd. I had no idea that was happening. I was completely unconscious. Last night I actually did drop what I believe is a breather pipe from this into the fuel bottle itself. So now before I make my coffee, I have to retrieve it. So I've crafted a Guinness can so I can pour my fuel into it.
I think our most beautiful, I think hard knot is more beautiful, eh? What do you reckon?
And take it out. Unloaded petrol, viewers. And that's the fuel for my stove. Great, getting petrol absolutely everywhere, so I can't cook here. That's alright, petrol's cheap, isn't it, these days? Yeah, I keep thinking I've got a fuel leak in my car, and then it turns out that it's just all my clothes covered in petrol. I am the fuel leak. Look at this little chef.
So you put oil, hoping that you can like flip the eggs, no matter what you do with these pans. If I had to use yours from the start, the oil gets hot enough,
yeah, and then
the bottom, doesn't stick.
Exactly.
That piece of shit gas stove, huge out.
Liam's got a screw-on like top that you can put on any gas cylinder, which is very good, very light, but
I don't like
now the cylinder is starting to run out. It cooks with less force.
It's so
the less you have in the gas.
It was 20 minutes to cook half of 2 eggs.
Yeah, so
It took 20 minutes.
whereas mine is consistent pressure. I mean, we've got like kind of underkill and overkill. What we probably needed was somewhere in between. But mine is very reliable. I'm still very happy with it. There is nothing better than actually having a proper coffee in the middle of nowhere. So good. I genuinely wouldn't enjoy camping as much, wild camping, if I didn't have a proper coffee. Not because I'm a coffee addict, because if it was instant coffee it just wouldn't be the same. The fact it's like luxury but done here is what makes it so nice. I'm absolutely just blown away with the views. So that was actually the guy that I spoke to. So this is his land, and he just came up to see if we'd had a good night. Such a nice guy. And we're all packed up, so perfect timing. And we're gonna go now, today, to an abandoned secret place, an abandoned airbase. It's a secret abandoned airbase. We're gonna have a look around that. I don't think we're gonna camp there, but we will be going up into Scotland to camp. So that'll be in the next video. Anything you want to say to the slimes?
Big ups Hadrian's wall. The largest Roman artifact in the world. The longest anyway. 117 kilometers long.
Bloody hell.
Pretty crazy.
And I thought 6 inches was big. See you in the next one, my slimes.